Okay, so welcome everyone. Now I'm gonna talk about the big work that we have done to make this one shows here, as you can see. As Una just said, our biggest challenge was the database. Why? Because I think we are the only project that is not dealing with just one user case. We have restaurant, we have student, and we have also state staff that they're gonna be like the controller of the application. That's why I think and I believe like we were in an intersection. So, and we need to organize this intersection so all the information is gonna be fluently from one user to the other. That's why, as you can see here, the biggest challenge for us was the authentication. Why? Because we will not use any Google authentication, any Facebook authentication, because as Simmer said, this is exclusively for state students. That's why we use the state email as the only way that you can authenticate. So you should be student, your student email be active so you can access to this platform. Here, as you can see, this is how all the application works. This is how, for example, this side is from the restaurant side. Also the restaurant side, we should deal with the database because the database in this project, it was the core of all the application. Because like for example here, the same food that should be published by the restaurant, in the other side, it should be shown for the student. Also, the price is gonna matter, and also in the same times here, as you can see, the student, it can see right away by the real database, the product, it can also select it, and of course after the payment, as you can see here, if it's continued to the payment, it will be forwarded to another page when the order, it will be confirmed. After the confirmation of the order, the students, you can pick up the order for sure. And after that, you can also order another product after a while. And also, if you are seeing here, after there is some order in the discount, like for example, the top of the orders, they're gonna be shown here. And also there is the profile, and it can also come back to his order history. So all this work was done by the backend, which I was the major one who's working in the backend, collaborating with Gunnar. And also we were making sure that all the information, it should be fluently and it should be with a harmony between all the users. Now after that, as you can see here, for the UI, for the student side, we work more in the UI. Why? Because the student, they should see something that's gonna make them order. But for example here, if you see, for the restaurant, it doesn't matter. What matters in the functionality, that it should work better and correctly. After that, we're gonna come back to the admin, which is the site stuff. Because as I said, they are the controller of the application. But what those site staff can do exactly? They can manage all the users basically. As you can see here, they have also their own management, like they can manage their themselves also. But as you can see here, you have all the restaurants which they can add it, because as the client said he will make some agreement with the restaurant, so he should have the ability to add them by himself. Also, if there is any student that has any issue with the login, with the password, we can edit the profile of the student. We can also send an email registration here. This is from the restaurant side, because they don't have the ability to register by themselves. They need agreement first from the state staff, then they can receive an email for the registration. After that, they will receive an email, as you can see here. They're gonna click and they will be forwarded to the page when they can register. They have both choice. If they will give to the state staff the opportunity, and they give them the option to register them and give them just the password and the username, or they can register themselves like automatically by just asking for the email, and then they can add their own information. But in all the cases, even if they're gonna get the username and get the password, they can log in and they can add their information. Right away, they will receive a welcome email, and then they can log in normally. If they have any trouble, they can also click on that so they can see how they can contact Sage Admin. Okay, so basically this is the application and this is how it works normally. There is another features, but as you know, if I want to show you all the features, maybe we're gonna stay here for 30 or 45 minutes. So basically this is the main components of the application. I'm gonna now pass to Simrat to talk about some experience and lesson that we learned. Okay, so I'm gonna start from the point when Simrat finished for Firebase. Do you think Firebase is a good database if you have a large application? Because don't forget, this application is gonna deal with, say, students who's gonna talking about thousands and thousands of students each semester. She talked about the advantage of Firebase, but now I'm here because we're not talking about listen, we're talking here about what we retain from this project and what is the things that if the time has back, what we will not do and what we're gonna do. So basically, and because I was like the project manager, so I was touching basically on everything, I will not choose Firebase. Why? Because we were talking about the intersection. Do you think Firebase is the good policeman, as we can say, for the intersection? No, I don't think so. So basically, for those kind of application, where there is a massive of database that should be stored and it should be changed in the real time, I'm gonna go with the SQL, a server, a local server, and the SQL database to provide more performance to my application. So this is one of the lessons that we learned. Yeah, Firebase, it gives you like a lot of libraries, like, and also some feature that you can use, but basically we have suffered with Firebase personally for the real time and personally for showing some data. Yeah, it helps in authentication, but we can make that. And also there is another lesson that we learned, like, I know, like, as a developer, we should be creative. This is one of our mission. We should find solution. But it will be better to put more than 60 or 70% of our creativity before start coding. Because what's happened, sometimes you start code and then you have some more idea. But basically, as I'm gonna give you just small example, you're gonna find some libraries, they are not working on JS, they will work just on TS, which means TypeScript. So you should also think about that before starting. Put all the main idea, put all the creativity there. Then if you want to just develop some ideas, then you can, but this is something to discuss before start coding. In the end, I want to thank all my team members for their work for the 8 months, including the third semester and the working in the analysis of the project. I want to thank our instructor Anwar for his support and also Mamta for his support in the third semester. And I want to thank all of you guys. And if you have any question, you are very welcome, and thank you.